You, Eli, Shannon, and Troy are trapped at the bottom of a pit, staring up at an eerie masked figure that looms over you. Hey, are you the one who set up the trap? What the hell? The figure simply watches, head cocked slightly to one side, eyes shadowed behind a fall of unkempt hair. Stay sharp. Can't tell if they've got a weapon. Maybe this is all a big misunderstanding. If we explain why we're here, maybe they'll help us? Either that or they'll just kill us extra hard for trying to loot their turf. You scramble to your feet as the figure suddenly crouches down, reaching for something at their belt. Don't even think about it. You have your crossbow aimed just below the figure's mask, at their exposed throat. Show me your hands, or I'll... You yelp, jumping back as the figure tosses something into the pit. Look out, it's a... They trail off as a coil of heavy rope unfurls into the pit above the figure, quickly secures their end to a piece of rebar, then removes their mask. Well, you coming, or did you want to say yell some more? Like a good rumble, as much as the next gal, but this racket's bound to attract every Z-bag from here to Hot Topic, so... The woman gives an exaggerated head nod towards an empty corridor and then disappears from view. Should we... I don't think we've got much of a choice. Better than staying trapped here. I don't know, between the pit and the weirdo in a mask, I might take my chances with the pit. Above you, there are sounds of hissing and growling draw ever closer. How about now? On second thought, let's go with the weirdo. You quickly grab hold of the rope and start to climb, the others following behind you. Wake the dead! There's a pizza sign. Confused. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Chapter 4. Unusual allies. The one leads you through a labyrinth of serviced hallways until you reach what looks like a boiler room. Where's the boilers? This looks like, I mean, at least a halfway decent like room, but you know, a Markiplier on the wall. Pillows, stuffed animals, mannequins, other detritus line, heaps between old and twisted pipes. This is quite a place you've got here. What's with all the creepy mannequins? Do you see any crash test dummies lying around here? I don't think so. They're ridiculous hard to get a hold of, and I need something to try out my explosives on. So, why do they have faces? Why do you have a face? Stop asking stupid questions. Behind you, the woman slams shut a huge metal door and presses a button, causing a series of bolts to click into place. She grins and gives the door a smack. 2 inches thick of metal cladding. So unless these assholes grew 3 sizes, we should be locked up nice and safe. I'm Angel. Angel Savage, by the way. Nice to meet you. I'm Faith Reeves. Angel crosses the room, plops down on the mattress at the end, propping up her feet before turning to Shannon. Let me guess, white outfit, kind of weak, nerdy disposition, you must be some sort of doctor. Yes, I'm Shannon. Eli. Troy Hassan, at your service. Troy gives a gallant bow and Angel laughs. You're funny, I hope you die last. Okay. Thanks. I'm surprised a group of your size has made it so long. 4 is practically a record. Well, we haven't been together for more than a day or 2. Oh, newbies, adorable. I'll give you a week tops, maybe 2 if you're really lucky. So, Angel, you live here on your own? Yep, people come, go, but I've been here since I was a kid. Wow, that's impressive. I can't believe you've been surviving on your own for that long. It's not that hard. Zombies are pretty stupid. So I'm guessing you didn't come in here looking for little old me. You need food? How did you... It's one of those most basic things everyone needs, but... She gestures first to the crumpled wrappers and cans that litter the floor, and then to the small crate holding those that are still full. What you see is what you get. That wouldn't be nearly enough, not for everyone. You could always try the loading dock, but I haven't been there in ages. With how many biters hang out there, it's practically a suicide mission. There must be some way we could get there. Well, we could try blowing them all to hell. But if that didn't work, not only would it burn through all of my explosives, it'd also be a giant eat me sign to every zombie around. Well, maybe that's better as a last resort? Why are you suddenly so keen to help us? You aren't the only ones who need supplies, and I can't make the dock run on my own unless I want to end up on zombified. What if we team up? Then we could both get what we want. How's that sound? Works for us. As she hops off the makeshift bed and starts digging through her belongings, you notice a sturdy piece of metal armor on one of the mannequins. Knight armor breastplate. Where did you get that? Pulled off a corpse I found in the atrium. Figured the metal would be scratch resistant than my skin. You can have it though. Turns out it's way too big for my gangly scarecrow body. I wouldn't mind the extra protection. You pull the breastplate over your head and tighten the straps at the sides. Not bad. You found your first piece of knight armor. What'd I tell you? A perfect fit. Wow, you look like a hero from a fairy tale. Not bad, Faith, not bad. Angel straightens up, shoving a heavy metal wrench into her belt. Alright, we can take the air ducts all the way down to the food court. We'll figure out the rest when we get there. Gear up. We are geared up? Yeah, I now look like a knight. You want to go in there with just that? Damn, you're either brave or stupid, I can't tell which. I can manage with what we have. You sure? I've got a storage shed right across the mall. There should be something in there you can use. Wouldn't hurt to have some extra weapons in our back pocket. Check out Angel's storage room. Take a detour. Let's see what you've got. Angel leads you and the others through the service tunnels until you arrive at the back of the mall's atrium. The drone's nowhere to be seen. I can't believe they're all just gone. They'll be back. We're about the only decent food in this place, and the rat buffet never lasts long. Great. She crosses the room to a shop blockaded by heavy metal shutters, gives them a light tap with the back of her knuckles. So, a few months back, one of my traps might have accidentally taken out the chain on the shutters and nearly sliced my head off in the process. I need some kind of radioactive super strength to lift it on my own. So, how do we get in? That's the point of all four of us. Well, I figured with all of you here. I get it, you're just using us for our bodies. They are pretty nice bodies. You and Eli crouch on either side of the shutters, digging your fingers in and managing to lift them high enough for Troy to shove a table under. You crawl through a narrow gap and emerge in a dark, cluttered room. Items scattered haphazardly across the floor. The place is a mess. I think the bomb might have messed up my organization just a bit. Are we sure it's safe in here? I wouldn't want anything to explode. Do I look stupid to you or something? No, of course not. I don't keep my explosives in here. I'm 90% sure anything flammable would have gone during my initial collapse. She pokes a leaky tin of some kind of oil with a frown. Maybe 80%. Note to self, don't play with any lighters. Angel starts digging through the debris, tossing items over her shoulder and nearly hitting you in the head a few times. All this stuff. What were you going to use it for? Never know when you're going to need a spare screw or bolt for your next project. I once rigged a cage trap with only cardboard boxes and duct tape. Just think of what I could do with all this. I'm not sure I want to. The group slowly spreads out, picking through the piles of belongings. Eli frowns. This is all junk. Watch your mouth, mister. It's my junk. Are you kidding? This place is practically a museum of old world. He holds up a small toy-like device with a grin. Oh no. What the hell is it? Check this out. Holding the middle, Troy spins the outside and juggles it between his hands, keeping it spinning the whole time. That's impressive. Oh, you're like a child. My talents are wasted on you people. You turn back to a box piled high with various objects. On top sits a pair of shoes with the strange pieces of metal attached to the sole. We call them ice skates. That seems impractical. You'd have to balance on one leg to even swing at someone. It can be done. Oh, he's thinking ahead. Behind you, Shannon lets out the excited giggle. You turn to find her holding a small glass bottle, sniffing at the top. Some kind of poison? It's a perfume. It's so strong. It's perfume, Faith. People used to wear it to make themselves smell nice. Or more namely, or manly in many, or some cases. I bet my friend Eli here would be all Axe body spray. I don't know what that means. Across the shop, there's a loud crash, followed by a string of curses. Damn it, Faith, hold this, would you? She shoves a half-broken microscope in her arms before she goes back to digging. Oh, where did it all come from anyway? I can't imagine there's anything inhabitable for miles. We're starting a new colony a few hours from here, up in the mountains, but before that, Eli used to live on his own. The rest of us were from the tower. Like a skyscraper looking down at all the little ant people. Well, not exactly. It was a massive reinforced concrete building, big enough to hold a few hundred of us. 100! And that's just one colony. Who knows how many people are still out there? There's no way. Even a group your size doesn't even have good odds. Eventually someone gets bit, turns into a zombie, bites someone else to make another zombie. Same old, over and over again. Angel, how'd you end up here? When I was a kid, my parents grouped up with some people who had a car. We ran out of gas around here and just decided to stay. Didn't take long for the biters to start picking us off. Did your parents... Her face falls. Yeah, they did. I think we've all lost someone at this point, or a few someones. Aha! She has no emotions whatsoever. Angel stands triumphantly, holding a lighter in one hand and a pressurized metal can labeled hairspray in the other. What happened to avoiding open flames? Where's the fun in that, besides? All of you know zombies melt at some temperature like the rest of us. She's not wrong. Angel tosses the items to you. All you gotta do is spray the can, flick the lighter, and whoosh, the zombie barbecue. It's not quite as cool as an actual flamethrower, but dead guys won't know the difference. At least we got something useful out of this. You take another look around the crowded interior. Is this all there is, or should we keep digging? No, Eli was right. I'd forgotten almost everything in here was basically garbage. Full garbage, but garbage. Okay, listen. Okay, I hate to tell you this. A can of hairspray and a lighter is not going to make a quote-unquote zombie burn up. Seriously, it doesn't work. Well, then we better get out of here. The zombies are waiting for us. Hell yeah, they are. The lights. Let's light those bastards up. As you all crowd out from the store, you spot a few meandering drones just down the hall. You nudge Angel on the shoulder. Looks like they're back. Why are there even so many zombies here in the first place? Because it's a mall, and idiots come here for shelter. They came looking for food, duh. Yeah, you never go to a mall for food. She nods her head at one of the zombies. The guy tried to knife me and steal my stuff. So I sprayed WD-40 in his eyes. Hard to run from zombies when you can't see it. Ain't it, Chad? Lucky for us, Chad and friends are even dumber, dead than they were alive. Follow me. You creep very carefully behind her. Crouch behind the towering fountains. She peers out from the other side and scowls. Damn it, there's right under the mic brick trap. That's a bad thing? It is when the trigger's on the other side of the room. I can't set it off from here. Well, we could cut through the cord holding it up. You need to be a damn good shot, and if you miss, you'll have about 10 Z-bags on your tail. It's worth a try. You pull your crossbow off your back. Eli gestures to the other side of the room. You don't have a shot from here. Go around. You inch forward, ducking behind a small wall, moving even closer to the drones. But the floor is littered with debris, making every step difficult. Step on the solid stone. Carefully stepping on the solid ground, you push even closer to the zombies. Their sickly stench reaching your nose. You freeze as one of the drones lifts his head and loudly sniffs the air, holding your breath. Its gaze stops on your hiding spot, its lips curling back to reveal a grisly maw of jagged teeth. I've gotta take the shot now. Shoot the cord. Taking careful aim, you let your bolt fly and it strikes the cord, snapping it. Bullseye. A crate full of bricks crashes to the ground, smashing 2 drones beneath it. Okay, so that's 2 out of 10. I thought this was going to take out all 10. The rest of the drones wheel in your direction, fury painted across their face. I believe that's either 11 or 12 kills from here right now. Time to go! Angel and the others spring out of their hiding spots. You rush to join them, but the drones are close behind. You dart in the clothing store, and Angel immediately jumps onto the counter, prying at a metal grate in the ceiling. Cover me while I get this open, will you? Together you stand on edge as the hissing and growling from the atrium grows steadily louder. They're almost here. Come on, you piece of shit. Ah! Shannon lets out a shriek as she dies behind one of the shelves, just dodging a charging drone. It wheels back around to face her, grisly maw stretched wide. Defend her. You throw yourself between Shannon and the zombie. It swings at you, and its claws scrape harmlessly over the metal of your new breastplate. My turn. Grab a hold of the drone's head and smash it in the corner of the shelf. 13 chunks of brain splatter across the floor while Shannon stares up at you with wide eyes. Thank you. Got it, everybody in. And without waiting, Angel launches herself up into the air duct and Troy follows quickly after. On it. I got a question. How do I get into a place like that while wearing a giant breastplate? Eli gives Shannon a boost, just as more drones pour through the door. Go. You shove him toward the air duct and he scowls, looking between you and the drones. You'd better be right behind me. But, just as Eli pulls himself into the air duct, one of the drones rushes you and slams into the counter, blocking your way. I've seen you before. I'll take some help here now. Eli lowers his hand down, you leap up, grab it. But, as he pulls you up, the drone's claws catch on your boot. Let go. You kick the creature in the head, knocking it free as you clamber into the safety of the duct. You slam the grate down as the drones below swipe futilely at it, their snarls echoing through the vent. Angel gives a loud laugh as she sticks her tongue out at the zombies below. Losers. Sucks to suck, don't it? That could have gone better. You ought to be proud of yourselves. This is the furthest anyone's ever gotten. You've done this before with other people? I told you, people come here looking for food all the time. I help them out if they seem cool, but they all get zombified in the end. Just how many times have you led a group like us to their deaths? Oh, did you hear that? Sounds like drones ahead. Better stop talking. Quite a few, actually. As you all creep along the thin metal shaft, it isn't long before you spot a large cluster of drones in the room below. Suddenly, the metal of the duct gives a low, loud groan buckling beneath you. Yeah, too much weight. This thing's gonna give way any second now. It's fine, it's settling. There's nothing to worry about. Angel crawls a bit further, and the duct lurches. Okay, you might be onto something. We should go back. There are zombies back that way, too. Their voices steadily rise, echoing in the contained space. We need to keep it down. If you keep yelling, they're gonna draw in every drone in the mall. Let's just calm down and think about it logically. Whatever, we've come too far to back down now. I'm gonna get another chance like this. What are you... Bonsai! Oh, for the love of Christ! Angel heaves herself up off the floor of the ducts and slams down again with all of her weight. The metal splits apart at the seams, sending everyone tumbling down into the crowded food court below. Oh, for the love of Christ, she's an idiot. You crash onto the hard, tiled floor, completely surrounded by drones. One immediately throws itself on you and pins you beneath its half-rotted body. Its sickly teeth drip with dark ichor as they snap at you, the stench making your eyes water. I'm gonna snap its neck. You brace your hands on either side of the drone's face, fingers ripping away chunks of flesh. You jerk its head in one direction and its neck shatters with a sickly crack. I didn't get a kill for that one. But instead of going limp, the creature continues to thrash against you. Help! Get your grubby hands off of her. Angel throws herself at the zombie, bashing a wrench into its head over and over. You scramble to your feet. Around you, Shannon, Troy, and Eli cluster back to back as the drones move in, while Angel darts away about, a maniacal grin plastered on her face as she tears through the creatures. Pulling the lighter and the can of hairspray out of your bag, you flick it on and squeeze the top of the can. Brace yourself, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt your finger for holding that lighter, too. A jet of fire bursts through the air right in the face of the drone. How do you like that? The fire easily catches and melts the creature's flesh until it drips to the floor, exposing the muscle beneath. It lets out a wail as it flails about, trying to escape the flames. 14. The drone crumbles to the floor in a gooey puddle. The fire sputters out. Angel throws her head back and lets out a giddy whoop. Yes, that's how you do it! She's a pyromaniac, clearly. Who's next? You burned a zombie to death. You toss the hairspray can behind you as another drone stumbles forward. Cut it to pieces. You pull your multi-machete off of your back just as the drone springs forward, jaws open. You plunge the blade straight into its mouth, through the back of its skull, saliva and blood dripping onto the back of your hand. 15. Gross. As you finish off the rest of the drones, you survey the corpses scattered about the floor with a satisfied nod. I think we're clear. Thank goodness, that was amazing! Not quite the word I'd use, but yeah, we got the job done. We're not done yet. As you all pant to catch your breath, you hear growling and hissing from the doors of the food court. You've got to be kidding me, more. I mean, it's a mall and people came for food, and she's led I don't know how many groups in there, so... I do recall someone mentioning that zombies come running for loud sounds, like for instance a big metal duct collapsing. Did someone also mention that nobody likes a whiner? I'll make some noises, draw them away while you go for the food. Once I lose them, I can come back around with the van. It's too risky. Hey, if you want to be a delicious zombie bait, that's your prerogative. Or we could try out a new explosive I've been working on and show these assholes what fear really is. How new, exactly? I've had the formula figured out for months, but with all the volatile chemicals stuck in here, I haven't exactly tested it. But it should blow these zombies straight to Kingdom Come, or bust, if I didn't get the calculations right. But what are the odds of that? Sounds better than being eaten alive. Strengthen your bond with making them all go boom, basically. Side mission with Angel. Hell yes! Faith with me, the rest of you keep an eye on these doors. Get ready for the best show of your lives. Angel grabs hold of your arm and pulls you to the other side of the food court. She vaults over to one of the counters and you follow after, landing amid bottles, tanks, and plastic containers. I've got the chemicals. You rig up a detonator. What kind of a horrible sheltered life did you live before now? You don't know how to make a basic detonator. Never mind. You handle the chemicals, fill one of the tanks with propane. That's from the blue valve. Got it. And then chunk off a piece of iron. We don't have time to powder it. Then add some barium nitrate to act as an oxidizer. It's one in the salt shaker. Blue, iron. Okay. Why is it in a salt shaker? I couldn't just leave it lying around, could I? Where else was I going to store it? Angel turns back to her tools. You grab one of the small gas tanks, glancing between the different valves. Blue. You hook up the tank tube, open the blue valve, filling it up. Propane burns real bright. Just wait until you see the fireball it makes. It's gonna be awesome. Zombies won't know what hit them. You open a container full of strange rocks, digging through them to find the next ingredient. We have iron, obsidian, geode. Yeah, neither of these two are going to get the job done. Iron. Grab a brick from the floor and bash it into a shiny gray rock, chipping a piece off. Anytime now. Working on it. And we've got a bottle. Salt shaker. And a vial, which technically still looks like a salt shaker too, but salt shaker. You add a bit to the iron, and Angel turns to flash you a grin. Iron gets real hot when you ignite it, and that stuff will make it go up real fast. On the other side of the food court, Eli pulls Troy and Shannon behind a makeshift barricade of tables and chairs. Tell me you're almost done in there because the drones are here. 1 second. You know, we just gotta cook. We gotta cook, Jesse. We don't have that long. Angel snatches all the ingredients from her hands, fiddling with them, just as a group of zombies bursts through the doors. Angel wraps the bundle in a bunch of wood duct tape, passes it to you, chanting excitedly, "Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it!" Take cover! Dodge this. Ha! A Matrix reference. The package slams into the ground and explodes with a burst of bright orange flame. Whoa. Woohoo! The drones closest to the explosion get blasted into pieces, chunks of the rotting flesh flying through the air. 15, 16. The zombies on the outskirts flail wildly as they catch fire, their skin bubbling into a nasty pustule that ooze as they melt. 17, 18. It's a team effort at this point, but let's be honest, I'm taking credit for the kill. As the last of the drones collapse into a heap, Angel leaps out onto the counter. She lets out a triumphant howl, pumping her fists in the air. Wow, she killed 4 zombies. Woo! That's right, burn, baby. You're burning down the mall, too, but you step out and look around, the charred drones remains, wrinkling your nose at the acrid smell in the air. That was terrifying. I half expected us to get blown up. Oh, the burns are always worth it. Next time you two make a light show like that, I want in. Angel, that was a brilliant use of zombies' natural weakness. It got the job done. Hell yes it did. Not sure there's anything like blowing a zombie into pieces. We could use some of that firepower back at the lodge. Pick as much as you need, go wild. Are you sure you don't need it for your traps? It take me years to go through all I've got here, and more explosions are always better if I don't get to see them. And that'll keep our fighters on the offensive. You gather some of the chemicals and safely tuck them into your bag before finally heading out to the loading dock. Hey, look, we also got food for our fighters, too. Stepping on the loading dock, letting out a sigh of relief when you find it clear of zombies. Well, at least one thing has gone right today. I'll go get the fan. A short time later, Eli pulls up to the dock and gets out, his eyes narrowed at Angel. We gotta talk about the stunt the new girl pulled back there. Who, me? Yes, you, the person who busted open the air duct over a pack of dozen drones and, like, a tasty people pinata. We don't need a fight. It's in the past now. It could have gotten us killed. It's a miracle we didn't get crushed in there, or eaten. I got us the food, didn't I? That doesn't matter, you don't get to make decisions for the rest of us, Angel. Angel opens her mouth to reply and then closes it, frowning for a moment. I'm sorry, alright, jeez. Don't gotta make such a big deal out of it. You all begin to pick through the piles of boxes on the loading dock, many of which are torn open, or apart, or half empty. Not exactly the mother load we were hoping for. But it'll keep us fed for a few days, buy us time to search for even more. As everyone loads up the van, you notice Angel standing at the edge of the loading dock, staring out at the horizon. I forgot what the air was like out there. So fresh, nothing at all like the warm breeze, candles. I still can't believe we actually made it out there. We're survivors, you especially. Figured my luck had run out sometime. But hey, now there's a dozen fewer zombies around here, so life shouldn't be too bad for the next few months. You know, we never could have done all this without you. You're an asset. We could absolutely use you and I.O. What do you say, come with us? A life outside the mall. A better life. I never thought it was possible. Her face splits in a massive grin. Oh, screw it. Of course I'll come. I just have to grab my parents. Your parents? But she's already darting away from the loading dock and out of sight. Take a quick look between the others before you all rush to follow her. The sun begins to break through the clouds as you catch up with Angel in front of the mall, and you see 2 drones shambling towards her. Get away from her. No, wait, it's okay. You don't need to hurt them. Angel glances back at the 2 drones, keeping her distance, and turns back to you. Everyone, meet my parents. Hang on, you want us to bring 2 zombies into the colony? You're better off putting them out of their misery. No, I know how to deal with them. They're practically harmless. I'll just put them in a shed somewhere so they can't bite anyone. And what happens when someone accidentally stumbles in on them? Please, Faith, I can't just leave them here. They're my family. It's risky, of course, but you can keep them caged up. We did it at the outpost before. We have to kill them. No! Either you come with us alone, or you all stay here. Your choice. Screw you then, I've survived just fine by myself all these years. But now you're low on food. You got a few more weeks, maybe. Fine, then I'll die. What do you care? Angel, please, I know it's hard. I've lost people too, but don't throw your life away. They wouldn't want that. Angel's face cracks, anger melting into despair. But they're all I have. If I lose them... you lost them long ago. They're not your parents anymore. And for what it's worth, you'll have us. She looks back at her parents, and for a long moment, then turns away angrily, swiping tears from her eyes. Fine, do it. You and Eli raise your bows, take aim, and fire. Two drones crumble to the ground. She turns back to them, kneels down. She slides a ring off of each of her hands and then gently closes their eyes. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. 18. Listen, I'm still keeping track. I don't care. She probably gets to her feet and storms past you back towards the van. You're all satisfied. Can we go now? Right. She'll remember that. I don't give a shit. Okay, listen, I thought about this. If we cage them, right? What happens if we have to deal with the tower, right? And somehow the cage gets damaged, or they open the cage, and then we have to deal with 2 drones, and 2 drones equals 2 people bit, and then them turning into drones, and it just multiplies very quickly. So I thought about that. That's the reason why I made that choice. You get the van packed up, and set out on the road back towards I.O. Angel sits quietly in the passenger seat, staring out the window as the scenery rushes by. Beside you, Shannon rifles through the back pocket of the passenger seat. Find anything, interesting? Mostly trash, pamphlets about, the lodge and such. But there is a journal that's dated from the early days of the outbreak. Looks like you hit your jackpot. I'm hoping it'll give me some clues about how to deal with the swarming zombies or elements of mist while working on a cure. You can take a look if you like. I'm sure it's an interesting cultural specimen, as it is a research one. Read a journal. Let me know if you notice anything odd. 2 minds are always better than 1. Shannon passes you the journal, and you crack it open, flipping through the pages. Oh boy, here comes a bunch of reading. May 20th, 2021. Got this new job on the Red Meadows Ski Lodge. It's a full-time gig. Mom told me I should start a journal like she did when she first left home, but I can't see what I'll have to write about. Guess it's worth a shot, though. June 12th. I'm already failing at this whole journalism thing. Work's pretty boring. I just clean the place, fix up the rooms, try not to get yelled at by guests. There's some snooty rich couple and 2 kids who are staying for a month, and they always have something to complain about. Yesterday, I apparently fluffed their pillows too much, and today I forgot to refill their fridge with sparkling water, so they only had 5 bottles instead of 8. They're the worst. The boss has been talking about some murder in Brackenfell. He's got half the staff terrified that the killer is going to come here to hide out. He seems to think freaking them out is funny. But at least I get out onto the slopes when I'm off. The guy Carter who works at the rental counter went up with me a few times. He thinks snowboarding's better than skiing. As if. But he's offering to teach me, and it's not like there's much else to do up here. Anyway, not sure what else to put. Guess I'll see you whenever I pick this thing back up. July 10th. Everything's changed. Can't believe a few weeks ago I was bitching about my job, and now the world's ending. The news started reporting all the kinds of killings, and it said there was some work of parasite making people go crazy. They told everyone to stay where they were, to lock down, and then the networks went dead. I tried to call Mom, but she didn't answer, and then the phone and the internet went down too. The only reason we've got power is the solar panels and backup generators. A few of the part-timers wanted to head home after the first couple days. We tried to stop them, but they didn't listen. They came back later, only they weren't themselves. Whatever the thing is, it changes people, makes their flesh rot and their eyes go wide, and they don't recognize anyone from their old life. Roberta tried to go outside and reason with them, and I can't think about it. They pounded on the walls for days trying to get at us, and then the storm hit and dropped a couple of feet of snow. That seemed to drive them away. We've got food, gas here to last a couple months, but I wonder if that'll be enough. September 3rd. Food's getting low, and we've got other problems. At dinner tonight, Richard accused me and the other staff of not equally dividing up the rations. He said we keeping more for ourselves because we had a grudge against him and his family. Everyone started taking sides, and he just got angrier. His daughter tried to stop him, but he pulled a knife. He came at me, and I thought, this is it. But Mark got in the way. He told Richard he was in charge of the lodge, not me, and it was him he wanted. Richard just kept demanding more food, and it turned into a brawl. I didn't even see it happen, but when we pulled them apart, Mark was bleeding, and we did everything we could, but he didn't last the night. Richard begged for forgiveness, saying he was only trying to protect his family, but even they didn't try and defend him. We tossed him out along with Mark's body. That'll at least give him a chance of distracting the infected before they come after him. It's horrible, but all I can think about is 2 fewer mouths to feed. October 29th. Carter went out with some others to try and find food. He's the only one who came back. He said they ran into a group of infected at the base of the mountain. They were too tired to put up much of a fight. He got bit. I got him situated in a bed upstairs, but he's getting worse every day. It started out with a fever that just kept getting higher. For the first few days, he was able to talk and eat rations I gave him. Even the blisters started to show up all over his body. They grew and grew, and then they burst. I could see the muscle and bone. I had to tie him down to the bed as he kept tearing at the blisters with his nails, ripping his skin into tatters. He even tried to bite me when I was checking on him this morning. I was holding out hope for so long, but now all I've got to do what has to be done. God forgive me. Sounds like these people were dealing with all the same problems we were. Food, shelter, infighting. They only had no idea how bad it would get. Eli suddenly mutters a curse and the van starts speeding up. Everything okay? Eli nods his head towards the front window and you follow his gaze. The lodge is just visible in the distance, as are a couple dozen zombies shambling towards it. That's more than we can take. And they're headed straight for IO. Chapter 4 recap. Angel joined your team. She also gifted you with a new piece of equipment. You explored her storeroom, got to burn a zombie alive. You set up explosives. Yeah. You learned about the settlers of the first lodge. You killed Angel's hard parents. Or hard choice. While your supply run was a success, there's a dangerous threat heading towards IO. Alright, let's look at our score. We got fighters up, research, morale, and fortifications are at 0. Yeah, rest in peace there, fam. Alright, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Very much appreciated. You know what to do. Please like and share the video. Share the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell. That way you receive notifications of when content goes live. There will be a lot of content hitting the channel here soon, and a lot more than you even are even just grasping. No joke. You guys will have tons of content to tune in for. And I don't want to give it away. What'll happen? I really don't want to give it away. Apparently some books are taking a quote-unquote break, so tune in for, other things, as we start slimming down a little bit of choices content. But don't you worry, you'll like what's coming, and I give my word to you on that. And without further ado, much love and appreciation. Consider tuning in to Twitch this evening as I stream, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.